Hi, I'm Brooke Dunn. I'm the Communications and Marketing Coordinator for the town of Breckenridge. Last night we had a town council meeting. I'm joined by Jay Beckerman to talk about it. How are you today, Jay?
Oh, wonderful, Brooke. Thank you so much. It was a fantastic meeting. We had a lot of new and old faces joining us last night. It was fantastic.
Yeah, a lot of good things to talk about. So let's just jump right in. Let's talk about the U.S. Forest Service. What can you tell us about their presentation?
Well, we had Seth from the U.S. Forest Service come in and talk about the Camp Hale National Monument. And for those of you that don't know, in 2022, President Biden had designated the southern portion of the 10-mile range as a national monument. And what this did was it set off some things in motion in looking at management plans and usage plans for those areas. We're talking about Blue Lakes, Spruce Creek, Trailhead, Quandary, and McCullough Gulch specifically. And so we got a presentation on items that were to ease our guest interactions with the trailheads as well as our residents as well. And these suggestions have been through the Breck Open Space Committee, through the county's open space. They're going in front of the Board of County Commissioners, but last night they presented it to us over at Town Council. And I think that there was a lot of, it's more of a master plan of what future mitigation of the traffic and the congestion at those trailheads might look like if the usage keeps up in the same pace as it is. This includes adding facilities such as restrooms, adding shuttles to very similar to the one at Quandary to the Spruce Creek trailhead, and then also some connector trails. And so I think all in all, council was very receptive, and we're interested to see it move up forward to a NEPA process, which is through the Federal Forest Service, and to kind of see what those recommendations are. That's about a 2-year process as they get feedback from stakeholders.
Yeah, it is just the beginning of this, I feel like, at least for our end of things. Like the conversation has started with them coming to this and giving us a presentation and giving us all the information. So I can't wait to see where that one goes.
I think it's great to have that process in place and that plan in place in case we do need to deploy it. So
Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
I agree. Next, let's talk about our building energy code. What can you tell us about that? There are some changes.
Rick Fouts was so great, and our chief building inspector and chief building official was in to talk about the IECC, which is the new building code that will be implemented later this year. And this is not really something that we have a lot of jurisdiction over. We're forced on this every 6 years to take on the new building code, but he's done such a great job at outreach, and we have 7 meetings planned for architects, for builders, for engineers to come and learn about the new building code. And the best part from our standpoint is that it actually lessens the layers of codes. By this, it absorbs one of the other layers that used to be on the code. And so it simplifies it to a certain extent. And so we're really looking forward to seeing that implemented and getting the information out. Rick's got the 7 open houses set up for it and for those involved in the building industry.
Yeah. It's a lot of information, but I think Rick and staff, they're doing a great job on getting it out there. And I think that, making it digestible is going to be great.
Absolutely.
Now, let's talk about something I'm really excited about, which is Runway. What can you tell us about this?
We had a great discussion on Runway last night. And for those of you that don't know, Runway is our last giant workforce housing project left in town. There will be other projects available, but this is, of this scale, 148 units are planned. And these are a mix of townhomes, 2-bedroom townhomes, 3-bedroom townhomes, duplexes, single families, and single families with ADUs added to them. So there's a really big product mix, and we're really excited to kind of see it launch. The discussion last night was how much the town should be subsidizing this project. And the desire of town and the council and staff is to make the 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom townhomes as affordable as possible for first-time home buyers. And this is, we're looking at $350,000 to start off, which is 25% of what market cost is right now. And so that is a subsidy of approximately $50 million from the town that we'll be looking at investing over a course of about 6 years. And so yeah, a lot of really great conversation. Interesting to see where we are as a town and how much more this valley in density can really hold. And we're really excited to look at how we can bring in these workforce housing units at a attainable price that doesn't put overdue burden onto the homeowner in mortgage costs, interest costs, HOA dues, and all the other things that add up. And I think one of the things that we heard last night was that there was a desire to continue our housing helps and our buy-down programs along simultaneously with making this giant investment in the workforce housing project of Runway. And so the Housing Helps is a program that the town has that provides money, a percentage of the value of the house in exchange for a deed restriction, a voluntary deed restriction that lives with the home. And then the buy downs are when the town and the housing department does see opportunities in the market, they will purchase a house at market rate, put a deed restriction on it, and then resell it to residents and workforce in the county. And so we're really excited to see that program still continuing, even with that massive investment from the town.
Mm-hmm. I know staff has thought about this immensely, and I know that council is very diligent in what they're kind of recommending that staff does, so I think you guys are working really great, but I'm very excited about the mixture of houses that are going to be available with Runway.
That's so true, and with the different demographic, there's actually going to be up to 12 homes that will have a light deed restriction, meaning that there won't be an appreciation cap, and those are going to help subsidize some of the other more heavily subsidized townhomes and duplexes. And so we're really looking at a product mix to make this a true neighborhood and to have that neighborhood feeling. And so it'll be great.
I think it will be. And I can't wait to learn more about it in May when they come back to talk about it.
Absolutely, Brooke. And it is imperative that we take our time and make sure this is right. We're definitely going to be launching the infrastructure for phase 1 this summer. And so getting some of the lines in the ground and the sewer and the water. And then we'll be proceeding slowly to make sure that we are doing the best we can for our community and our workforce.
Awesome. Now let's talk a little bit about the pavilion. What can you tell us about the pavilion at Kingdom Park?
As you know, we took the 2 dirt ball fields that are on the southern part of Kingdom Park, and we did put artificial AstroTurf on those, which was a rational decision at the time because those fields needed a ton of work, and this was a more sustainable way of moving forward, and it allows for our athletics to have access to the field for about almost year round we're looking from April until even November. And the middle part, the part in between those 2 fields is called the pavilion. And we've looked at a couple different options of maximizing that area, making sure that it's ADA accessible, and then trying to figure out what facilities and what amenities are needed there. So we'll be putting in new bathrooms, a shade structure, even some batting cages, which is going to provide the Summit High School baseball team a home field for the first time in Summit County history. So we're really excited about that.
Yeah, it's a great project. It's a great space, and I think it'll be used a lot better with the improvements that we're planning on doing.
Without a doubt. And we were fortunate enough, John Doerr from Recreation put on an open house where we had great participation. We had High Country Soccer there, our softball league, the Summit High School baseball team, and a lot of staff to really make sure that we're doing it right, where it allows for the most amenities for the most people and the highest amount of usage. The one thing that some of our locals may have to get used to is, for currently the playground that is at Kingdom Park will need to be removed as it has aged out, and with plans in the future to do something new there.
Yeah, and I know there's more conversations around that, so everyone just needs to stay tuned to see what council comes up with. Well, I guess staff comes up with and council approves.
That's right, Brooke, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, all of that was really great, so thank you so much for your time yesterday, and thank you guys for watching.